Do you or someone you know suffer from headaches? 1 out of 6 Americans suffer from headaches, and over 8 million people a year will go to their primary doctor with the main complaint of headaches. And would you believe me if I told you that for the most part, headaches are an unnecessary suffering? You're probably thinking, but doc, I have common headaches that everybody else has. They may be common, but they're not normal. You may be thinking that you don't have a headache very often, and I might agree with you if you only had a headache maybe once or maybe twice a year. But if you're having a headache every month or every week, or let's say you're having just 2 headaches a week, do you realize that's over 100 headaches in a year? That's not normal. That's your body's way of giving you an alarm that something is wrong and needs to be looked into and corrected. And if you're taking medication on a regular basis, think about the potential side effects or adverse reactions that medication could be causing to your health. You could be developing secondary health problems from it. Here's another question. How are they affecting your life besides the pain? I've had patients tell me their job is on the line because their work performance is poor, or that their relationships at home are an absolute mess. Or worse, I've even had patients who've told me, Doc, the headaches are so bad, I just want to take a bottle of pills and end it all. My name is Dr. John Heyer. I'm a holistic chiropractor, acupuncturist, and nutritionist, and in my office, Holistic Health and Chiropractic of Frankfurt, we use a 3-pronged approach, a holistic approach, to helping people suffering from headaches. There are 3 sides to a person's health: the structural, the emotional, and the nutritional. Research is showing that 60 to 70% of all headaches have a cervicogenic origin. That's frontal, sinus, occipital headaches, migraine, even cluster headaches. All major types of headaches have an origin in their neck. Maybe that sounds frustrating to you because you've gone to your medical doctor and not only not gotten satisfactory answers about what the cause of your headaches is, maybe even worse, you've gotten fewer solutions. And maybe they did an x-ray of your head or a CT or an MRI. And I'm not telling you they did anything wrong, I'm just suggesting that maybe they missed the spot by a couple of inches and should have looked below your head into your neck. Let me explain. Let's pretend that this stick represents the vertebrae in your neck, and each of these beads represents one of the bones. We should be able to bend to the left and to the right, forward and backward, and have good motion and play in between the joints. But sometimes there are joints that get stuck or fixated and don't have normal motion in between them. Chiropractors call that a subluxation. And what happens is because of that subluxation, it causes nerve interference that can cause pain to the head. The subluxation can cause nerve interference, which causes the pain. So to remedy this problem, we make a specific correction either with our hand or with an instrument to restore motion to that joint segment, and by doing so, releases the nerve irritation and allows the body to heal itself. Now maybe some people have been to chiropractors before and not gotten the relief they're looking for. Please, let me share with you that not all chiropractors do the same thing the same way. No two are exactly alike. And many times the source of the problem is more complex. It's deeper than just the neck itself. And we need to look at the patient's whole posture. In this picture, you'll see 3 upside down triangles. The big one at the bottom represents the pelvis, or the foundation of the spine. The second one in the middle is the trunk of the body, and the third is the head sitting on top of the neck. You'll also see the jaw, which is a right side up triangle and swings kind of like a pendulum. You can see that when everything is properly aligned, everything is properly balanced. If there are any imbalances from the pelvis up or even the torso, it can create distortions in the posture and the spine that manifest in the head, the neck, and the jaw, and can be the cause of the pain. So often, postural subluxations are overlooked, but when corrected, the problem resolves. Acupuncture is excellent for helping address tension and migraine headaches, which are the 2 most common types of headache. But how does it work? Somewhere in your home and in this building, Behind the walls are electrical wires that go from switches to the lights. And I know that if I turn the switch off, the light goes off. If I turn the switch on, the light comes on. I can't see the electricity in the wire, but I know that it's there. Well, your brain and your nervous system work very similarly. Your brain is like a giant battery which sends an electrical signal down the nerve to the muscles in my arm. And if I want to curl a weight and do a bicep curl or wiggle my fingers and play the piano, I do it by sending an electrical signal down that nerve. In the case of a wire, any electrician can tell you if a wire is live or hot by using a voltmeter, because if there's an electrical current running through the wire, there's also a magnetic field around it. In regards to the nerve, we have many names for this magnetic field. Some may call it an aura, a meridian, a channel, or whatever you prefer. I don't really care what you call it, but I know there's a flow of energy through the body that brings balance and homeostasis to the whole. If there's a blockage, or an excess, or any kind of interference in that distribution of energy, symptoms can manifest, and in many cases, headaches. We use a type of acupuncture called electroacupuncture to rebalance any disturbances or interference in order to restore homeostasis. Let me put it a different way. Your cell phone works best on a full charge compared to when the battery is almost dead. And so does your body. We charge up your system so that you function better. There can be many causes and contributing factors from a nutritional perspective that can cause a headache. Food could be a cause. And you may be thinking, but doc, I've had food allergy tests and they found nothing. Okay, but did they do a food sensitivity test? Do you know the difference? Probably not, because most doctors don't either. Did they test your mineral and vitamin levels? And you may be thinking, doc, what's that got to do with headaches? Did you know that in many cases, headache sufferers have a deficiency of magnesium? But how would you know if you weren't properly tested? Would you believe that gut issues, digestive issues, and microbiome imbalances could be the primary problem, and that the headaches are a secondary symptom, but they're the ones that scream the loudest? Maybe you feel like you've tried everything, and maybe you have, or at least everything that a contemporary medicine doctor considers. Yet you have no answers, and worse, you still have the headaches. That's why we need to look at your nutrition from a functional perspective, and you from a holistic approach to helping you end headaches for good. I hope this video has been helpful and informative and has given you hope to consider alternative holistic matters to resolving your headaches. We'd love to help you. Give us a call at 815-469-7472 or check out our website at holisticfrankfurt.com to contact us to make an appointment. We look forward to serving you. Have a great day.